today is Embarkation Day, so I thought I would share with you the first vlog in my Alaska cruise series. So today is June the 4th. We'll be leaving Seattle at 5 o'clock, so you can see in the background, beautiful Seattle skyline. There's the Space Needle behind me. So what I thought I would do is just take you on a tour of the Norwegian Bliss. We will be on the Norwegian Bliss for 7 days, sailing to Alaska, porting at Sitka, Juneau, Ketchikan, Victoria, British Columbia, Icy Strait Point, and so let's go ahead and get started with this vlog series for the Alaska cruise. So here we are on day 3. We are docked at Sitka, Alaska, and this is Sitka behind me. We are docked, but we can't get off the ship for another hour. And today we have a short excursion where we can go to the Fortress of the Bears and get on a boat to take to a remote area. So I will take you along with me on that adventure. So yesterday I didn't film anything. It was day 2. It was a day at sea. So we just kind of walked around the ship and saw what was going on and ate quite a bit yesterday. So yesterday was just a rest day before we start with all of the ports. So today's our first port at Sitka, and I'll just kind of show you around a little bit and tell you what we'll be doing in Sitka. the beautiful background behind me. So we just finished our short excursion and we went to the Fortress of the Bear during this short excursion. I'll have you some clips of what we saw there. Then also we jumped on a boat that took us to a remote area that has a homestead at it. It's like at the end and it's so beautiful. I'll also show you some clips from that as well. But here we are in downtown Sitka. So we are on a Norwegian Bliss and it does not dock anywhere near downtown. You do have to get a shuttle. It is a free shuttle, and then just be mindful when you want to get on it to get back to the ship that you have enough time to get there. So we're currently in the downtown area, and this is just a gorgeous view. I had to show it to you. And we're just going to do a little bit of walking downtown, see what kind of stores they have, maybe grab some local cuisine. But this is an absolutely beautiful place. Sitka is absolutely great short excursion. It lasted about 3 hours and a half, and it was a really great one. Hey guys, today is day 4 of the cruise. We are in beautiful Juneau. As you can see, I have my sunglasses on. It is a rare day to get sunshine in Juneau, and we've been blessed today with the weather. The sun is out, and they say that hardly ever happens. No sign of rain inside, and I am standing in front of the beautiful Nugget Falls. So we're in port between 7 o'clock and 1 o'clock, so we chose to do the short excursion that is the Mendenhall Glacier and the Whale Quest. So this is our second stop, so we were able to take a coach to get into a boat and get some whale watching. I will insert some clips of some of the whales that we did see, and then also the coach took us back over into the Mendenhall Glacier. We did the 1 mile hike to Nugget Falls. We only have an hour here with our short excursion, and we made it in plenty of time here, and we'll have plenty of time to walk back. So we did walk at a brisk pace though. And then you can see over here is the Mendenhall Glacier. So there's Nugget Falls behind me with the Mendenhall Glacier. And this was just a beautiful day. The sun is shining. You can see how blue the sky is. It's so rare for Juneau. And also yesterday in Sitka, it did not rain on us at all in Sitka. So we had beautiful weather yesterday and beautiful weather today. So we certainly have been blessed with the beautiful weather here in Juneau and in Sitka as well. So this fall is a 1 mile here and then a 1 mile back. So it's a 2 mile round trip. And like I say, you can easily do it if you only have an hour here. You can easily do it if you walk fast. So I'm staying on the beach area that's right here at Nugget Falls. But guys, I can't get over how gorgeous this day is, and that fall is so beautiful. So we left Juneau and we were supposed to be viewing the Dawes Glacier, and when we started into Endicott Arm, there were a lot of icebergs, so the captain thought it would be best if we didn't go in where all the icebergs were. And I will show you a little clip of how we were going into the opening where Dawes Glacier was and how he said he would not be able to navigate through all of the icebergs, so we actually didn't get to do our glacier viewing. But I would rather him be safe than be sorry and us hit one of the icebergs. So we did not get to make it to the Dawes Glacier, which is what we were supposed to do after Juneau. So we're actually going to be heading to Icy Strait Point, which is where we'll be porting tomorrow, and we have a really fun adventure for Icy Strait Point. We are going to do the longest and the tallest ZipRiders. We are on day 5 and we are at Icy Strait Point. The short excursion that we have for here is the ZipRider, and you can kind of see it back behind me. Those are the lines that go down for the ZipRider right behind me, and it's going to be so fun. We have that short excursion a little bit later, but what we're going to do now is do a little bit of shopping. They have these green gondolas that take you to the food and the shopping area, so we are going to do that before we do our ZipRider. I'm hoping to get a really good video for you guys for the ZipRider to see what it's like. I will have the GoPro on my chest, and then my husband will have his phone. According to some reviews that I've read, you can take your phone on something that goes around your neck. You can't be holding it or anything like that because it does get 60 miles per hour. So super excited about that. This is where we are docked, and I believe you have to take a gondola to the shopping area, and then the red gondola takes you up the mountain to the ZipRider. So we have that a little bit later, and I'm hoping to get you some good clips for that. So we're about to leave Ketchikan. As you can see behind me, this is not the downtown area. So here on the Norwegian Bliss, we actually have to take a shuttle to get to the downtown area. So we're just in like an industrial port. I don't know if Norwegian Bliss has to always park here or not if you are going on the Norwegian Bliss soon. I don't know if this is the only port that they go to, because in the downtown area, they had 2 Holland ships ported there. So we went ahead and took the shuttle downtown. It takes about 25 minutes to get downtown on the shuttle. They are a free shuttle that's offered. When you get off the ramp, you do go through this one building that has a lot of souvenirs, and you can look through that on your way to downtown. But we did find that the outlet, there's an outlet right there where they drop you off, and it had a lot of souvenirs deeply discounted. So that was a great place to look for souvenirs. And then we walked on to Creek Street, saw Dolly's house, the famous house. And also, it would be really great if the salmon were running now, but they're not here in the first week of June. That's later in July. And then we did a lumberjack show. This is the first time that we have done a lumberjack show, and it was so fun. So it was really nice. It's not about an hour long, but it's definitely a really fun short excursion. So that's what we did here in Ketchikan. And the weather started, as you can see, I'm in my rain jacket. The weather did start out a little bit rainy, but we've been really lucky with the weather. In Sitka, it rained just a tiny bit when we came into port, but then it stopped when we got off the ship. And in Juneau, it was not a rainy day at all. The sun actually came out. When we went to Icy Strait Point, it was really nice. There was a little bit of cloud coverage, but no rain. We've had nice weather that's been in the low 60s most of the time. And then here in Ketchikan, when we first started out, it was raining. pretty good. And then about an hour later, it did stop raining. So we have had great weather this entire trip. I'm so excited about that. But I did have my rain jacket on just in case, and my water boots as well. But it's been really nice weather. We were able to walk around downtown, no rain, and we had enough time to do all the walking around to the shops, then to Creek Street, which is up a little bit from the main street. You do have to go on a side road to get up to Creek Street, and then the Lumberjack Show finished off our day here in Ketchikan. So I guess this is where I'm going to kind of end the video and kind of give you my final thoughts on this cruise. So we are actually in the middle of the ocean. We will be at Victoria, British Columbia in a couple more hours. But I wanted to go ahead and get this out for you guys. So this is day 7, the very last day of the cruise. And we are going to be arriving in port a little bit later than planned. We don't have any shore excursions planned for Victoria, British Columbia. We have done the highlights before. We've been to the castle, which I didn't even see that as a shore excursion option this time. And we've been to the Bouchard Gardens. So we've kind of done the highlights. We were just going to kind of go in. Plus, we're getting in late, so we might not have much time in port. But we're just going to kind of walk around. So if I see any great sights, I will do some video clips for you guys and show that to you. But I just wanted to kind of recap this entire cruise. When we got on the port in Seattle, you do your online check-in and you choose which time frame that you want to check in. They start boarding at 12 o'clock. So we went through check-in. The line was probably about 30 minutes long. We kind of went really quickly and smoothly to the check-in. Of course, they have a part where you have to give them your COVID vaccination cards and your negative test results, and then you'll go on to the check-in process. They'll give you your room key, and then we had to wait in the terminal for probably about 45 minutes before we could come on board. Of course, when we came on board, the rooms were not ready, so we went to the Garden Cafe. Usually I will try to go to one of the dining halls because that's not where everybody goes. They almost always just go straight to the cafe, the buffet, but none of the specialty restaurants were open. The only thing open for food was the Garden Cafe that's on the 16th floor. So that's where everybody was at. It was kind of hard to even find a seat. But then our rooms were ready shortly after. The embarkation process was really nice and smooth. And we did not do the drink package or the dining package, which is supposed to be included in your cruise. We just decided to decline those. So that was just 2 perks that we didn't get. But there are several specialty dining restaurants. That's really nice. But we always did the complimentary. There's 3. There's the Manhattan Room, Taste and Savor, and out of Taste and Savor, one of those would be closed and the other one be open. So there was really only 2 complimentary dining rooms available each night. But we did really enjoy Taste and Savor. They're a little bit smaller. The Manhattan Room was really large, and it did take longer for dinner there. I did notice, even with just 2, it took a little bit longer for our dinners to come to us in the Manhattan Room. So we chose Taste most often. They had some really great shows. They had 2 Broadway shows, Jersey Boys and 6. So those were really nice, and I would suggest the day you come on to get reservations for those, because about a couple of hours after we got on, we started doing our reservations and they did sell out. There was some great comedy shows that we went to as well. There's also the theme parties up on the deck, but we just never really went to those. And it's just been a really great trip. We did have an emergency for one of the passengers. The helicopter actually did have to land on the second day when we were at sea. So other than that, it's went pretty uneventful. We were held up a little bit on the last day going toward Victoria because of the storm front hitting our way. But everything's been so nice. I have been on Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Princess, and other Norwegian ships, and this Norwegian Bliss is by far the cleanest ship I have ever seen. It's just so clean. It's amazing, and the staff here has been so great. They always seem so happy, and they're always there to cater to anything that you need. So then I just wanted to wrap up the shore excursion. So when we went to Sitka, we did do the shore excursion. That we went to the Fortress of the Bears, and then we boarded a boat that took us like inland to this cove that had a little homestead there, and we roasted some marshmallows and made some s'mores there. And then the Fortress of the Bears, really cool. I've showed you some clips from there. They have 8 bears there currently, some black bears and some brown bears. And all the bears that they have there are orphaned, so their mothers have been killed and they are orphaned. They cannot release them back out into the wild. It's against Alaska regulations. And we had really great weather there. It was a little bit overcast, but no rain. And then the next stop was Juneau. We had a short excursion at the Mendenhall Glacier and a whale quest. So the first thing that we did was hop on the boat, and for about 3 hours we went looking for humpback whales. I have some video clips. I know it's hard for you to see them because we're kind of far off from them. And then we went back on shore and took a coach to the Mendenhall Glacier. We did the hike to Nugget Falls. It's well worth it, you guys. Even if you just go to Mendenhall Glacier and don't do a whale watching, go to Nugget Falls. It is really beautiful. They have a little beach area there, and you get some great photos of Nugget Falls right by the Mendenhall Glacier. And then the next port was Icy Strait Point. The best thing by far that we did on this trip was the zip line. So it is the tallest, fastest, and longest zip rider in the world. So it was really awesome, and I hope that I got the good GoPro clip for you guys to see. It actually was on my chest. They said you couldn't use it on your hat because you're not supposed to have hats or anything on. So I did strap it to my chest, and I think I got some really good video footage for you guys. It's a 75-second ride, but it is well worth it. It's so great. And then when you actually get in there, I noticed that Norwegian Bliss had to kind of port way out from the downtown. I'm used to going straight to downtown, getting off the ship, and you're right there in downtown. Every port that we went to, we had to get a shuttle bus. We're not to Victoria yet, so I'm not sure if we're going to have to do a shuttle bus for that one, but we had to take a shuttle into the downtown area, which was kind of aggravating because it took 30 minutes there and 30 minutes back, so you had to be basically back on the ship earlier than if you were just walking into it from downtown. So when you get to Icy Strait Point, where we docked at, you took these gondolas to the other side to town, and then they had these red gondolas that you actually had to pay for that took you to the top of the mountain where we got onto the ZipRider at. And then the next stop was Ketchikan, and we did a short excursion to the Great Lumberjack Show. We've been to Ketchikan several times and we've never done that. It was really a nice experience. I do not have any video coverage for you on that because it was not allowed. So you are not allowed to video any of the shows or anything. So I don't have any clips of the shows on board either because you were not allowed to video. But the Lumberjack Show was really great. While we were in Ketchikan, again, we had to take a shuttle to downtown, and then we walked up to Creek Street as well. It's a really nice place. But the best thing was when we got back on the ship and we started to pull away from Ketchikan, we sat out on our balcony and we saw some orca whales and some dolphins. So we actually got a wildlife experience and didn't have to pay a shore excursion for it. We saw them literally right off the balcony. So I'm going to also insert some clips for that. But like I say, they're a little bit further away and you can kind of see the white and the black on them, but they were right by shore. So we saw those right after leaving Ketchikan. So if you're going on a cruise, you go out of Ketchikan, you have a balcony, or even up on the Lido deck, just look out and you'll probably be able to see some kind of wildlife. So we saw some sea otters, some sea lions, and also some orca whales, dolphins, and humpback whales. And so today we have been at sea most of the day because we're going into Victoria, British Columbia very late. But I just saw a humpback whale right off of our balcony. It was just a fluke. I was coming out here and there I saw a spout and there was a humpback whale. So it's been a really eventful trip, and I hope that this was kind of maybe helpful for you to see where this ship docks at, that you have to take a shuttle bus into most of the areas. And I don't know if it's just like a schedule thing, and just for when we came, Norwegian Bliss had to stop at these other ports and stop at these other docks. They couldn't get some of the main docks, or I don't know if it was because of the size of the ship. But hopefully you won't have to dock in the same place as we did, because it was a little bit frustrating to have to stand in line to get a shuttle to any of the ports. So I hope that you have found this video helpful, and if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next video. Besides this video, I also have an outfit of the day video for every single shore excursion and how I dressed for June in Alaska, and then I also have another video that is what I packed versus what I wore, so you can see if I overpacked and how I actually did packing, because I have been to Alaska 4 other times, twice on a cruise ship, twice flying into Anchorage. So I kind of thought I knew the weather and how to dress, so check that video out as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video and give it a thumbs up if you liked it.